go to the forecast quickly. It's been a beautiful day, a lot cooler than the average would show us, right?
Yeah, I'm enjoying these temps.
I think it's going to be great because, Brad, the hotter temperatures, they are ahead.
They'll come eventually, guys. It's hard to miss them completely in the summer, so it's kind of nice. You feel like we had an extended spring, more so than an early start to summer. And summer has been very mild to start off, and it's been beautiful. Low humidity from our Mr. Sparky Carolina camera network. Couple things you notice: lots of blue skies and sunshine, and not the haze and the smoke that we saw last week at this time. There's the front we're watching, though. That stalled front is to our south, causing severe storms. That's going to be creeping north later this week. Tonight, though, look at these temperatures cooling back down into the upper 50s. Anytime you can get in the low 60s, upper 50s in the summertime in the Carolinas, that is going to feel great. Speaking of that smoke, it's still out there. Remember, we've got a ton of it up in Canada. This time, a lot of it coming from the western wildfires. Remember, last week we were being affected by the eastern Canadian wildfires. There was earlier in the spring and summer, there was a bunch of fires in the western part of the country as they've been dealing with heat and drought up there. Anytime we get a north or northwest flow, we're going to see some of that creep down into the lower 48, and we'll keep an eye on it. But right now, we're not looking at anything like we saw last week. Severe weather-wise, pretty active along that stalled front, especially tomorrow. Look at that low to medium risk to our south. And again, maybe a couple stronger storms creeping up here into the upstate of South Carolina late tomorrow afternoon. They'll be isolated, but potentially, like yesterday, only took one or two storms, and you got one or two that have become strong. You see them moving across with the stalled front, but that stalled front drifting north, almost acting like a warm front at this point, will usher in more of a south or southwest wind. That's going to bring in heat and humidity for the later part of the week. So tomorrow, for the most part, it's sunny, it's warm. We could see a stray shower or storm to the south, but all in all, just a 20%. I think Thursday's a day we have a much better chance because we'll have more heat and humidity and the front will be closer, so they'll have the trigger and the fuel for storms. So expect an afternoon or evening thunderstorm on Thursday. For Friday, just hot and humid with temperatures back into the upper 80s. The ridge starting to build across Texas. They're going to see some big time heat here over the next couple of days, but the west coast and the east coast kind of being protected. This is the heat ridge, which is all the way up into Canada. That's why they've been so hot and dry. We've seen actually kind of the cool, wet weather here in the southeast. Now the dew points, they're going to stay relatively low, but by next week, I do think they'll jump back up briefly before they drop once again. When we look at the rain chances, just isolated thunderstorm chances the next couple of days. Next week, those rain chances ramp back up as another trough digs in here. But the heavier rain stays to our south with that stalled front, so don't look at a deluge anytime soon. These are going to be more of the hit or miss variety over the next 7 days. As far as temperatures are concerned, yep, we are going to go back above average briefly, but then fall right back below as we go into next week as our mild June continues. And that will be tomorrow. Temperatures in the mid-80s, slightly below average, a little bit higher humidity levels tomorrow. But I'll tell you what, compared to last year at this time, it's not bad at all. Your Guy Roofing 7-day forecast, 90s not too bad. We've only hit it one time this year already. Could be 2 times on Friday, maybe 3 for Dad on Father's Day on Sunday with temperatures in the upper 80s.